sponsors. I'm Terry Brock, a communication and marketing advisor here at Dental Nachos, and I'm joined by two other wonderful people. Brandon Hill and Ariel Meredith are joining us now, and we're getting a chance to talk about solving problems and making things work. Ariel and Brandon, nice to have you both here with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice to be here. I'm sorry, Brandon, I just had to mute you. You had the airplane noise going on. I
Brandon
am
has
Client
airplane
Service Director and Business Development at Dental Nachos.
Well, that's good. And when he's not playing with airplanes, Brandon, what kind of things do you do?
Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. I can hear myself, so that's usually a positive. So
we like to hear you.
What do I do? Since neither my NFL or NBA career took off, I'm pretty much a de facto free non-paid commentator throughout social media on all things in the sports world. But other than that, I just love helping dentists connect with these key resources and good ideas that make their lives, practices, and careers a lot better.
Excellent. Very good. Well, the thing we're looking at here at Dental Nachos is for you in the dentisting community. We want to help you. And what we get a chance to do is meet some incredibly wonderful people that are doing some amazing things for dentists. And we say, hey, we had this idea. Dr. Paul Goodman, our Dr. Nacho, we affectionately call him, had the idea, well, why not just get together real fast, not a real long interview. There's a place for those, but this is just us. We're just sitting down as if we were at the bar or at a restaurant. We're talking, having a good time, and we want to bring in one of our amazing sponsors that are helping dentists right now. And you might listen to that and go, hey, we've been looking for someone like that, and we want to make that connection. And so right now we've got Michael Douglas, or Daniel, excuse me, not Michael Douglas. We tried to, he wasn't there, and we said we're going to go with Michael Daniel instead because he's even better. Michael Daniel with DC Dental. Welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you very much. I love Michael Douglas. Big fan. I've never gotten the comparison, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
You're in the Michael Club together, so it's kind of fun
it.
there. It's kind of good. You're with DC Dental, and I'm thinking that's probably near Washington, D.C. Did I get that one right?
You did. It's we're in the DC metro area. We're actually based right outside of Baltimore. That's our distribution center. That's where our sales and that's where our offices are located. We have many offices actually throughout the country, but we're headquartered in Baltimore. Yeah.
Well, very good. Well, to help us on this, what kind of problems do you solve for the dentisting humans out there?
Okay, so at our core, we are a dental supplies company, and we ship products from all the major manufacturers, all the manufacturers that were authorized with 3M and Dentsply, Curve, Premier, and you name it. But supplies unto itself could be extremely annoying. I think a lot of dentists have found that out the very hard way during COVID. Shortages. Issues with supplies, pricing. So what we at our core, we really tried to just get ahead of a lot of those issues. We don't want you to be annoyed. We rather prevent the annoyance. Usually that involves proactive communication, talking to you about, issue with the back order, we swap it out. We speak to you beforehand. So
good. Like a lot of logistics there that are really, really important.
So many logistics. Yes. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of annoyance involved, and we try to get ahead of it.
Yeah,
we love that, don't we? That's one of our favorite things at Dental Nachos, removing annoyances from your life. But I think the only thing people care about more than reducing stress is saving some cash. So I hear that that's something you guys are pretty adept at as well, right?
Yeah, we like to think so. I'll tell you, I'm sure many of your listeners and your people watching today will tell you, I can go online. If I'm Dr. Daniel, I can go online. I can probably find anything for dirt cheap. But what happens next? Is that item available? Can that ship today? Is there going to be a heavy goods cost on that? Will I be able to speak to somebody for support on that? What if I need to do a return? Okay.
All those real world issues.
Right. So sometimes you got to think of it as what's the upfront cost? That might be, let's say, $10 for a widget. But on the back end, your assistant or maybe yourself might be spending 10, 15, 20 minutes, an hour, just trying to figure out, okay, where's my widget? That was so cheap. Now, so what we do is we take that $10 widget, probably, we might be slightly more expensive, not $20, but just maybe a couple of dollars more. But with that, you get the experience that you deserve, and you and your staff can be dentisting instead of supplying, which is really, we find is important. Like that's what you deserve.
Very good. Well, Ariel, as a person who works in the dental community as a real dentist, and you and yourself, what do you see some of the advantages for DC Dental, and any questions you might have for Michael?
I think the main thing is just getting great customer service while also getting a great deal on your supplies. So something that after talking with Michael that really stuck out to me is their customer service aspect of them and just making it easier for dentists and their team to order through them.
Yeah, sounds good. So, Michael, how do you achieve that? What kind of training, what kind of systems do you put in place to make that happen?
Yeah, it's a good question, and really what we try to do is just we try to think like our clients, see what they're going through as they transition. So, for example, if we speak to a client and indeed pricing works, we really could be a good match. What happens next? So it's not easy to transition. Let's say I'm using one of the big box guys. I won't name anybody, but let's say I have all my lists, I have all my items. I don't really know how to convert them. We need to make sure that we can do that for you. Pricing is great, but if we don't make that easy, if we don't make that transition easy, it's kind of a flop. Like it's just not going to work. There's going to be a lot of returns, a lot of mistakes, and that nobody wins. So what we try to do is we have a conversation. We find out what's important to you, how we can make your experience as perfect as possible, and we can try to slot in that way. My division has a very unique. It's a very unique structure in that we have our own. I run the budget basically. So really, whatever you need, it's going to be rare that you're going to run into my hands are tied or I got to ask corporate. Like we are corporate. I mean, not to toot my horn, I am corporate, So if there's something that you need, if there's a decision that we need to make, if we need to go above and beyond, we can do that for you. I think that's a rarity, and we're very proud that we can offer that.
That's really nice. You get the answers because we say, well, what does it cost? That's only one thing. And there's a thing called loss leader. I'm sure this would never happen, but people could offer the widget for really, really low price. And we go, wow, that looks good. Oh, but there's shipping and then there's handling and then there's this and then this. And after a while, it's all there. But with you cut through all that and you say, hey, ultimately, here's what you're going to do. You're going to save money, but you're getting the full services in all of those needs.
Absolutely. And not to scare anyone away, we're going to blow you away with pricing also. So we're going to make sure that you're very, very happy with what you're paying in terms of your supplies budget. We are going to be lower than the big guys, and we're going to give you, we're going to try to give you a lot more of a comprehensive service package than just ordering, trying to go and get a loan online.
Sounds
That's
good.
Awesome. That's awesome, Michael. So how does a dentist get in contact with you? And is there anything
Great
specific for, dentists that are listening now in the Dental Nachos community?
All right. So let's say I'm Dr. Jones and all right, tell me more. Shoot us an email. That's probably the best thing to do. I think that we may have some contact information here scrolling, I think, but you can shoot us an email, very simple, nachos@dcdental.com, and say, hey, I'm Dr. Jones. I'm interested. How do I get on board? What do I need? What do I need to do? I will let you know also that we have a code up, for your first order, just to try us out, see what the experience is like. Let us prove it to you. I don't want to talk is cheap. Let us prove to you what our experience is like. Use code Nachos20. That's a 20% off code, 20% off your first order to give us a shot. As we move along, we'll onboard some practices here. I think we're gonna move into more of just a buying club, more of like just a standard aggressive pricing schedule for the Nachos community. But let's just in terms of getting started, Nachos 20 will get you 20% off your first order. And if you want to get started, if you want to learn more, just email nachos@dcdental.com. And we're gonna let us prove it to you what we do here.
Sounds good. I like
That's so great. That's so great. And another cool thing that we're going to do is anybody listening or watching, you can also simply text DC, easiest text you'll ever do. Just text the letter DC to 215-543-6454. And we can help you get connected with Michael and get any more information that you need about how he can help you, like I said, reduce stress and save some money too when it comes to ordering supplies.
Sounds good. All right. Well, Michael, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate all you're doing for so many in the dentisting world.
What a pleasure. Thank you, Terry and Brandon and Ariel. It's an honor to be part of the Nachos community, and we look forward to getting to know all the taco eating nachoers.
There we go.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. And well, that's really good. And Ariel, particularly appreciate where you're coming from because you're working in there. As a hygienist, you've been able to see that and things. What have you seen from those kinds of services, and what's that worth to you in the real dentisting world?
The easier it is to order supplies, definitely decreases the stress of just the whole entire process. So the easier it is and the more streamlined it is, the less stress there will be.
Yeah, and actually the price is part of that. If your staff is stressed, there's a price to be paid for that. And so by reducing that and giving it all in one place, I like the way that Michael said it, that he's there helping. It's like he's saying, I'm taking charge here to help you. I'm going to do it. We all need someone like that. Be good. And I understand we have someone else, another sponsor who's solving problems out there waiting to see us right now, Dr. Alex Malayam. He's joining us from out there in Los Angeles. Alex, how you doing today?
Great. How you doing, Nachos team?
We're doing
Great.
fabulous.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the kind of things that you're doing and how you're helping solve problems for dentisting human beings.
Absolutely. Well, I am CEO of Pear Dental, which is totally innovative in dentistry. And what we are is a marketplace for dental specialty. And I think most doctors know as soon as you graduate from dental school, you get out and you say, what next? And you really have no idea what to do with your career. A lot of dental specialists have a difficult time connecting with the right opportunities and deploying their services to patients who actually need them. And as we all know, there's a massive growing demand for specialty services. So what Pear Dental does is we match dental specialists with GP practice owners who want to bring their services in-house. Now, if you're a GP practice owner and you're looking at your practice and you see underutilized chairs and you're referring out $20,000 a month in oral surgery or perio or ortho or whatever it is, or not even diagnosing it, you should definitely consider bringing a specialist in-house. I mean, it's great for the specialist. You serve your patient's needs. And we eliminate a ton of operational and CapEx expenditures that usually come with a specialist opening up their own private practice. So what we do is we actually lower the cost of specialty dental care, increasing access to more Americans, increasing access to your patients, and really growing practice profit. So it's a win-win-win for all parties involved.
Sounds good. Well, I think that sounds really good. Ariella, as a hygienist, you see there's probably some real needs for that. You've worked, not only have worked, but still are working right now in hygienist. What kind of issues have you seen arise where you think that would be a particularly good service?
I think just working in dental offices that haven't had in-house specialists versus offices that have in-house specialists, there is just a difference in the patients actually going to the specialist. I think that when they're comfortable with office, they just want to get everything done there as opposed to go to someone else. So I think that's a huge benefit. And I also think it just makes the office a little more complete care instead of just general dentistry.
I like that. Complete care. It makes sense. Alex, I do have a question though. It seems like we're going through COVID-19 now. Hopefully we're on the tail end of that and it's going to be completely safe very soon. And we want that to heal up. But what type of needs are you seeing more than ever right now during this time? And then going forward, what do you anticipate where there'll be even more needs for this particular specialty?
Absolutely. Well, I think from COVID, what we've seen is a lot of patients have what we're calling facility anxiety. They don't want to go into a bunch of different dental practices to get their work done. So if they can have everything consolidated into one location, a little more stability, that gives them a lot more confidence, I think, to get specialty work done. I think a lot of GPs also realize sometimes you refer out patients and they don't end up coming back in, so that's a challenge. But what we're also seeing is a lot of people putting off dental care, especially like big procedures. And so, we think that kind of as the rest of the year kind of moves forward, there's going to be a lot more people booking time with specialists, wanting to get treatment done. I think there's a huge latent demand that we're not seeing being fulfilled. I mean, I think a lot of dental practices are still at like partial capacity and not fully seeing as many patients as they used to. So, there's also a lot of disruption in the way people are buying and selling practices. There's a lot more people selling. A lot more people don't want to be tied down to that anchor. And I think with the general trends you're seeing is that a lot more people are just into the gig economy. People want to navigate their careers and find opportunities and do things like that through their phone, whether it's finding a ride share or a vacation rental or your dinner tonight. There's no reason why I think the way things are going to evolve is that you're going to be connecting with more people through your phone and building your career and finding better opportunities there through platform applications such as Pear Dental.
Yeah, it would seem like a lot of people are going to be using that. We're going more toward what we call the gig economy. And I see what you're doing that is on a professional level to say, hey, we don't have to hire someone full time. We could if we want, but also we need this right now, right here. You're able to make that match. What gave you that idea to start serving that need?
I love dentists. Well, look, it's actually there's a few things that kind of themes that helped me evolve into this concept. But mainly I saw a lot of other tech startups coming out there and disrupting things against dentist favor. Smile Direct Club comes in and they say, let's cut out the dentist. And other apps and things like that come in and say, let's figure out a way to constrain the market and make things more difficult. And just if we can get rid of the dentist, we can do more dentistry. And we came in and said, let's do the opposite. Let's cut out all the real estate, the unnecessary marketing, the terrible staff that we've been dealing with, and really just kind of bring things together in like these GP powerhouses, go multi-specialty, and it just becomes a lot more of a profitable operation for everyone involved. I've seen so many specialists with practices that are open only like 2 days a week. And it's just like a really, I think, arcane old way of doing things. We need to figure out new efficiencies. We're not going to get insurances to increase the fees. We're not going to get patients. They're not going to extract much more money out of patients because that 40% of the population can't afford the dentistry we're trying to prescribe. And so we need to find new efficiencies within our own industry. And I want to do that in a way that didn't disrupt the dentist. I think that person still needs to be involved in dentistry. I know that's crazy, but we wanted to come in and create a platform that would allow new efficiencies to enable people to prescribe the dentistry they want to give, to be able to deliver it the way they want to, and basically just to make things a little bit more fluid,
I like that. I like the way you're doing that. And for you watching this, notice there's that subtle crawl across the bottom there. You might have noticed. You can get a lot more information there. The text pair 215-543-6454. Ariel, any comments or questions that you might have?
No, I just think everyone should maybe do the due diligence and just kind of, like Paul says, JFO, just find out about this. If you're a GP or if you're a specialist, because I feel like if you're a specialist and you're going into an office 1 to 2 times a month, it's almost like you're the celeb guest appearance in the office, and you don't have to deal with any of the headaches that come along with the back end, like the billing, dealing with any team drama, anything like that. So
yeah, if I can add, I mean, when all these practices shut down, all of our specialists had no overhead. They were, they were staying home, and obviously that's not desirable, but at least the juice wasn't running each month. Rent, utilities, overhead, staffing. I mean, they were kind of focusing on passion projects and things like that. So, having that flexibility in your career also is really, really valuable for specialists.
That is an excellent point.
If I could say one last thing on the practice side, I think one of the main challenges to bringing in specialty was that in the past you had to pay these really large recruitment fees, or you'd go on Craigslist and find the first person available. But that doesn't really serve, I think, everyone's interest. What we need is a robust marketplace where dental practice can sign up, find the specialists they need, and not pay this massive recruitment fee. So we eliminated that. We don't have that. We charge after the practice owner gets paid. So that makes it a lot more easy to try this on. And we support the practice through a lot of opportunities by basically helping them calibrate with a specialist. So whether they need like credentialing or to train their practice team or to just figure out how to do the specialty billing, we really want to make ourselves a resource to any practice owner that has even considered bringing a specialist in.
Sounds good. Well, we appreciate you being a part of the Dental Nachos sponsor team and all you do. And we will look forward to seeing you again many more times. Alex, oh, and by the way, before we let you go, happy birthday. We understand today's your birthday, and hope you have a wonderful time celebrating.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time, and thanks for having me on.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here. Well, Ariel, we've got some marvelous things here with the dental community and tapping in, and glad to share that with Dental Nacho Nation. Any final words before we say goodbye to everyone that you have?
No, just be sure to always, just find out about all of our great key resources and sponsors. They really are here to make your life less annoying and more happy.
Yes, indeed. Well, on behalf of the Dental Nachos team, I'm Terry Brock, and we appreciate you dentisting human being, and we'll look forward to seeing you here on Dental Nachos.